Philadelphia, thank you for tuning in. This is Audra Neff, and you're listening to Food Talk, brought to you by American Advertising Services, the Philadelphia area advertising and publicity agency that wants to help you. Call 484-562-0060. That's 484-562-0060. And again, that's 484-562-0060. I am so excited about today's guest, and you will be too. We have with us today the general manager of one of Philly's newest restaurants, Marc Oppen of Ocean Prime. Marc, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, I'm very excited. This is the 10th installment of Ocean Prime.
It is. The restaurant started in Columbus, Ohio, and has slowly grown around the country. We are the 10th restaurant. Our 11th will be opening up in Beverly Hills, California. We're expecting in August of this year.
Wow. So nationwide. Okay, first, tell me a little bit about yourself. What is your background in the restaurant industry?
I've been managing restaurants for just over 20 years and got my start actually when I was in college in Arizona and made my way back east and have worked for a number of great companies throughout my career. Prior to joining Ocean Prime, which is part of the Cameron Mitchell Restaurant Group, I was with Steven Star Restaurants for about 3 years at Park and as the general manager of Route 6. Prior to that, I was the owner of the Bonefish Grill up in Willow Grove for about 7+ years. And as I said, I've worked for a number of companies over the last 20 years.
Okay, so lots of experience. Now, Ocean Prime opened in September of last year, correct?
Correct.
Okay, and it is an American supper club. What's the definition of a supper club?
Well, if you think back to the kind of post-World War II time, supper clubs were a very popular thing amongst maybe the wealthier American crowd. Supper club back then was something where you actually had a membership. People knew who you were. You had a special table. Maybe you had special bottles of wine. But you were a part of a membership in a group, and you felt very special every time you came in. You used that supper club for your special occasions, to entertain clients, for business functions, things like that. So we've taken that old world supper club and taken it to a more modern area where now you don't have to be a member. There's no club. But when you come in, we want you to feel special. It's an indulgent experience. We're a great place to come for business functions, to entertain clients, as well as for your own personal special occasions and entertaining family members. And so we've taken some of that feel of that club, but made it a public venue now.
Okay, so not just a dining experience, a social experience?
Absolutely, and we think that anytime you come in for dinner with us, it is an experience. We don't expect people to just kind of come in, rush in, have a couple bites to eat, and leave. But we want you to come for the full experience, whether it's the hospitality, the service, the food, the drink, the whole environment. We want you to feel indulged, and we want you to look forward to coming back soon.
Right, and what makes it perfect for date night or a business meeting or even girls' night out?
Well, I think the fact that we have many different areas throughout the restaurant for you to dine or drink or enjoy yourselves. Our bar has become extremely popular. It's a really fun, ultra-modern looking bar, and there's a lot of energy and a lot of vibe there. We have beautiful booth seating. We have wonderful large tables. We have an upstairs mezzanine. So we can really fit your dining experience to what you're looking for. We have some quieter spots in the restaurant for that date night, as you said. We have large private dining rooms that are great for business functions or for private functions. Our smallest room seats 14. It's a very intimate private room. Our largest room seats about 28 people. So we really have a little bit of everything to offer to our guests.
Right. So diners can have an intimate conversation or they can let loose.
Absolutely. And one of the things I've taken pride in since we opened the restaurant is a lot of guests will tell me how much they enjoy the fact that they can actually hear each other speak. And in large, busy restaurants today, that becomes an afterthought. And many times the noise, whether it's the music, other people's conversation, the clatter of just what's going on in the restaurant, makes it tough to hear each other. We put through a lot of effort to make sure that you can hear each other. Our walls behind the dining guests, the dining tables, are made of a fabric material. It's meant to absorb a lot of the sound. Our carpet was specifically chosen because it absorbs a lot of sound. We do have high ceilings in the restaurant, but we've done whatever we can to kind of combat that noise level. And I've had a number of guests tell us that they really enjoy the fact that when they come in, they know that they're going to be able to have a great conversation.
Wow. So you really put a lot of thought into the ambience and the experience at the restaurant.
Absolutely. We took an existing building that had been empty for quite a while. We gutted it out and started over again and really made a very unique restaurant, not only to Philadelphia, but even to our own company. The decor, the color scheme, the look of our restaurant is very unique, and even for an Ocean Prime. We went with very dark, rich colors to kind of tone things down and give you that really comfortable feel when you come to the restaurant.
Right, and I've heard the restaurant is unrecognizable from the previous spot. What went into the design and the construction?
Well, the designer is a gentleman named Marc, who is based out of Chicago and Indianapolis, and he's designed most of the restaurants for Cameron Mitchell restaurants in the past. Marc really put into the thought process, this was our largest city that we'd opened a restaurant in. We wanted to have that big city feel in the restaurant, but also a very cool, hip, upscale look to it as well. A lot of people come in and feel like they just were transported into one of the neat places that are in Las Vegas now. And I think there's a lot of that look in the restaurant. We have these beautiful onyx pieces that have lighting behind them that shines through the onyx and creates a great warmth and an ambiance and just a glow throughout the restaurant that becomes a lot of the lighting in the restaurant. Instead of harsh light shining down on the tables, we have more kind of scenic lighting throughout the restaurant. So the restaurant was really meant to be unique, meant to be warm, meant to be inviting, and meant to be comfortable. And I think that we've exceeded that.
Yeah, and some of the adjectives I've heard to describe it is huge, beautiful, quote, magnificent. The bar is outstanding. Yeah,
we were very pleased. Zagat actually rated us, just the Ocean Prime Philadelphia, as one of the 19 best bars, hottest bars to go to in the United States.
Wow.
And that was quite an accomplishment, quite an honor for us to have that kind of ranking. It has a great feel to that bar. Behind the bar, there are shelving with all of our display behind the bar, all of our decor behind the bar is liquor bottles. It's our inventory. And they run up these beautiful arch windows that are the original arch windows from when the building was finished in the 1940s. And we just added a modern flair to it, these beautiful shelves and the beautiful liquor bottles that are all backlit. And the bar itself just has a very cool feel and a very cool vibe. And you have to have great bartenders to go along with that cool feel and cool vibe. And I think we have some of the best in the business. So we're very excited about what the bar has to offer.
Absolutely. And it does give off a Vegas vibe. Absolutely. It does. Furthermore, I would like to talk about your head chef. His name is Sonny Pacci. Sonny Pacci.
So Sonny Pacci is one of the most talented chefs that I've worked with in the past. Sonny actually grew up in Columbus, Ohio, and got his start working for Cameron Mitchell Restaurants and really worked his way up throughout the company after he finished culinary school. Sonny had the opportunity to work with some of the finest chefs that we have in our company. Brian Hinshaw is now our vice president of culinary operations, and at the time when Sonny came on board, Brian was the executive chef of a couple of our restaurants and really took Sonny under his wing. So Sonny's had a chance to not only have some great schooling, but also to learn in the kitchen with some terrific teachers. Sonny eventually became the executive chef of Cameron Mitchell's really kind of premier food restaurant in Columbus called M. And M is all about the food, and it's a beautiful culinary experiment, if you will. Every week the menu's changing with fresh ingredients and fresh ideas. And Sonny really had a chance to hone his skills and hone his palate while being the executive chef at M. And then Sonny had a desire to start to kind of grow beyond this one individual restaurant idea. So he joined us with the Ocean Prime concept and opened up our Dallas restaurant. And after a successful run in Dallas, was asked if he would open up the Philadelphia restaurant as well. So he's been here with me. We brought Sonny here in July of this past year with the chance to start to meet some of the people in Philadelphia he might hire and hire his staff and start to put his stamp on the Philadelphia food scene. I think he's done a terrific job.
Absolutely. And I read in his bio on the website that he is the winner of American Institute of Wine and Food Caesar Salad Competition in 2012. And you guys do have a Caesar salad on your menu. So did he have a hand in?
Absolutely. Absolutely. He was first of all, not only did he have a hand in that, but we have a number of items on our menu that started off as maybe a feature, a special that we wanted to try and see how it would work. And eventually it turned into a menu item for us. So our tuna entree is an item that Sonny created himself as well. So he's had his hand in the menus, not only in the Philadelphia Ocean Prime, but in all 10 Ocean Primes around the country.
Okay, so his creativity has gained popularity among the diners?
Absolutely.
I would say. Okay, and you guys are located, just so everyone knows before we go to break, 124 South 15th Street. That's 15th and Sansom?
Correct, right on the corner.
And you guys are open for dinner?
We're open for dinner 7 days a week.
Okay, any future plans for lunch? Or?
Not right now. The logistics of our kitchen really don't allow for the extra space to be able to do lunch. It can happen somewhere down the road. But for right now, we're very happy to focus on serving 7 perfect meals every single week. And when you focus on something very simple like that, you have a lot more success. So we're very happy to focus on doing dinner. We think we do it very well, and we think our guests are responding very well to it as well.
Right, and you're doing an excellent job. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're getting into the good stuff, the food.
We're a Philadelphia advertising agency, American Advertising Services, and our job is to create solutions for your business problems. Do you want more customers, more sales for your products or business services? American Advertising has helped many, many area companies, large ones, small ones, family-owned firms just like yours. If you are in business and serious, make American Advertising your advertising agency. Per job assignments welcomed. American Advertising Services. We are serious about helping your business.
American Advertising Services is located at 29 Bala Avenue, Ballackinwood, PA 19004. 29 Bala Avenue, Ballackinwood, PA 19004. You can call them at 484-562-0060, 484-562-0060, 484-562-0060.
Wow, this is really different. There's a Philadelphia business called Whims, Whims for Rent, that creates and does really unusual business special events and promotions. If you're involved in a trade show, business meeting, sales campaign, grand opening, or open house, call Whims for Rent. If you're having a company dinner, a charity gala, or fundraiser and need a theme, call Whims. Whims has stars and stunts, gadgets and gimmicks from hundreds of available sources, entertainers and celebrities. Add flair to your business needs. Whims for Rent, the Philadelphia special events company for business and groups. At Whims, imagination works overtime. Challenge us. Call Whims for Rent.
For more information, contact Whims for Rent at 29 Bala Avenue, Ballackinwood, PA 19004, 29 Bala Avenue, Ballackinwood, PA 19004, or call Whims for Rent at 484-562-0067, 484-562-0067 for Whims for Rent.
The internet today is a must for businesses and organizations to represent themselves. A must. For the generations of business owners who did not have the advantage of an internet education beginning in grade school, there is basic help. Call American Advertising Services at 484-562-0060. Our organization of marketing personnel, traditional and IT, will set up basic internet advertising aids for your business or organization at a modest fee. Basics. No big deals, no big costs, just basics. Plus a free get-to-know-your-goals meeting. Call American Advertising Services at 484-562-0060. That's 484-562-0060. Be with it, or else you will be out of it. Again, call American Advertising Services at 484-562-0060.
Need a speaker for your business meeting, organization, social group? Need a speaker who is entertaining, informative, or both? Need a speaker who is an authority on a subject close to your interests? We provide them. We are this region's Speakers Bureau. Call us at 484-562-0067, 484-562-0067.
Welcome back. This is Audra Neff with Philly Food Talk. This program is brought to you by American Advertising Services, the Philadelphia area advertising and publicity agency that wants to help you. Call 484-562-0060. Again, that's 484-562-0060. And one last time, that's 484-562-0060. Today's guest is the GM of Ocean Prime, Mr. Marc Oppen. Marc, thank you again for being here. And before we went to break, we just started talking about the food, my favorite part. Okay, so the name of the restaurant is Ocean Prime. Now that suggests seafood and steakhouse. Is this the concept you're going for?
You nailed it right on. I mean, the restaurant really is a unique mix of seafood and steakhouse. We have all the environment of a steakhouse as far as these beautiful a la carte, large delicious steaks, sides that can be ordered, accompaniments for the steaks. But the menu is really split almost down the middle between seafood and steak, and I think that's what makes us unique, not only in Philadelphia but all around the country, as we compete with other upscale fine dining steakhouses which have made a name for themselves. None of them really offer the quality or the amount of seafood that we offer. So we love the fact that ocean's in the front of our name. We want you to think of us as seafood. I've been in Philadelphia long enough to know that there really hasn't been an upscale great seafood option in Philadelphia since the days of striped bass and bookbinders, which are all gone. So if we can fill that void, we're thrilled to do that.
So steakhouse, but most importantly, seafood restaurant. The menu is decadent, indulgent, classy, top of the line, as you can tell by the a la carte sides on the menu. So as a diner, I'm coming in and I really want to impress my dining partner. What am I going to order?
Well, there's a number of things. First of all, from an appetizer standpoint, two that stand out to me are tuna tartare is just fabulous. Tuna tartare is kind of overdone sometimes, so we really came up with a unique twist to it. It's served over a beautiful bed of an avocado salad with some crispy wonton. It has a ginger ponzu sauce around the outside, and the flavors really pop at you when you start to taste that. It's a terrific dish. We also do our own little twist on the surf and turf as an appetizer, where instead of doing the typical steak and lobster, steak and shrimp, we take two beautiful succulent scallops, serve them over a bed of our mashed potato with a nice serving of a beef short rib. And it's got a great flavor. It's a great combination of short rib and scallop, and it's a really nice way to start your meal. From an entree standpoint, depends, again, if you're in the mood for steak or seafood. On the steak side, I always tell people at some point in time you have to try our Kansas City strip steak. It is our one dry-aged steak. It's dry-aged for 28 days. It's a beautiful 16-ounce bone-in strip steak that is moist, delicious, tender, pretty much almost falls right off that bone. And because of the dry aging for 28 days, it really has a wonderful upfront flavor to it that you can't beat. And then we have a delicious and indulgent truffle Chilean sea bass. It's a gorgeous piece of sea bass. It's rested on a small bed of our mashed potato, a little bit of English pea and carrot, and then a gorgeous truffle champagne vin blanc sauce that goes around the outside that just really makes that dish pop, makes it stand out quite a bit. And it's something that everyone has to try at some point.
Okay. Well, I'm salivating. I'm sure the listeners are too. Can you tell me about this smoking shellfish tower? That's buzzing on social media. And when I think of that, I think of Vegas. Absolutely.
Well, and again, when we did the design of the restaurant, we kind of had that idea of that big city look, bring it to Philadelphia, that Vegas look to it a little bit. And so sometimes you stand behind your food and your service and hospitality, but you need a little show as well. So a number of our items actually utilize dry ice as an ingredient or as a element that helps to add this smoking element to the restaurant. So our shellfish tower is a gorgeous tower that's done 2 layers. It's a mixture of some fresh oysters, some shrimp, crab legs, and it's done with some dry ice underneath it, so it comes out smoking when it hits your table. A little crab cocktail in there as well. And it really has a great look as it goes to the diner, catches everyone's attention.
I'm sure.
Same thing goes with a couple of our cocktails. Our Berries and Bubbles is one of our most popular cocktails.
Yes, and that is buzzing on Instagram.
Yeah. The Berries and Bubbles actually started off as just a featured cocktail that we tried in one of our restaurants, and it just took off. And one of the neat things about the Berries and Bubbles, again, it uses dry ice as a component. So when you add dry ice to it and there's champagne in the cocktail as well, when the two mix, you get the smoke coming out of the glass, and you also have this bubbling effect on top of the glass. So the first thing that happens as soon as you drop that glass in front of a guest is the camera comes out, the phone comes out,
Absolutely.
Pictures are snapping, and it's all over Instagram or Facebook or wherever else it might end up being. So it's really marketed itself, if you will. And the neat thing about it is, on top of it looking very cool, happens to be delicious as well. We use berries that are marinated in Grand Marnier for a full day as a nice added to the drink. It just has a wonderful, sweet yet bubbly taste to it. It's really tasty.
Yeah, sounds delicious. So if for nothing else, you need to stop in for that. So for people that aren't really steak fanatics, maybe Ocean Prime will change their mind. But what makes for a good, unforgettable steak?
Well, I think it's all about the preparation. Anyone can serve a fresh steak, but it's about your preparation. We cook our steak in a 1200-degree broiler. It gives it a wonderful, wonderful outside slight char to it while keeping the meat inside moist, juicy, and delicious. We bring in fine quality steaks to start off with, and then we finish the steaks off with a nice seasoning and a little bit of an herb butter on top as well. And it just gives it that nice richness and that indulgence that adds to the natural flavor of the steak.
Okay. Well, me personally, I'm a sucker for scallops and risotto. So good thing you guys are a seafood restaurant. as well. But you do have truffle butter as an accompaniment.
Absolutely. And our steaks have a number of different possible accompaniments. The truffle butter is one. We can do a shrimp scampi on top of the steak. We have a really indulgent blue cheese crust that we can melt on top of there. It really is tasty if you like a little bit of that mix of the blue cheese pungency with the richness of the steak. And we could do numerous other things for your steaks as well. We have an Oscar topping, which is a little bit of béarnaise sauce mixed with crab meat and some asparagus. So we like to offer so many different options that every time you come in, you can try something a little bit different. I always feel like you're getting a unique experience with your dining.
Right. Well, add truffle butter to anything and I might stray from my usual scallops. All right. Let's talk about your private dining area. You guys do a chef's tasting for special occasions?
Well, we can do a couple of things. First of all, we have 3 private dining rooms. We have, again, one that is a beautiful boardroom style room that seats about 14 people. We try to give all the rooms a Philly name to show that while we are a company and a restaurant that's based all over the country, this in particular one is a Philadelphia restaurant. So the room that seats 14 people is named the Fairmont Room. We have a room upstairs that overlooks the whole dining with a beautiful glass wall that you can see all of the dining space down below. It has a beautiful wine wall behind it with all of our Captain's List wines as well. That's our Manioc room. That seats about 28 people. And then we have one more room downstairs that has 5 individual tables, and we put together numerous different combinations, and that's our Rittenhouse room, which seats about 28 people. You can order off our a la carte menu, which again makes us a little unique. Many places that have a private dining room insist that you order a prefix menu, but we do offer about 4 different chef's tasting prefix menus you can do in our private rooms as well.
Wow, so that's perfect for business meetings, birthday parties.
Social functions, yes, anything you like. And we can really tailor the experience towards your needs. People have used our rooms for just cocktail parties. They used them for full dinners. They've used them for late night events. So we're here to take care of our guests and whatever they're looking for.
Okay, and who can the listeners get a hold of if they're interested in doing that?
Sherry Boone is my sales and marketing coordinator. She handles the rooms, going over the menus, booking the rooms for you. The phone number at the restaurant is 215-563-0163, and you can ask for Sherry, and she'll take care of that. And we as a company have a philosophy, and Sherry follows through with this as well, which is the answer is yes, what's the question? Okay. So there's really nothing that someone should be afraid to ask us with our private dining space. Okay,
and that is hospitality. Tell me about what you have going on Sundays. Good things going on at Ocean Prime on Sundays.
Well, I've always thought that there's not enough draw for people to come into the city on Sundays for a nice, indulgent dinner. So we wanted to offer a little bit more. So we try to do 3 different things right now that I think are having some great success. First of all, our valet parking out front of the restaurant is $18 for 6 days a week, but on Sundays we offer it for $12 to make it a little bit easier for our guests. Wow. We also have what we call Wine Enthusiast Night on Sunday nights. We have a wide selection of wines, and we want you to have an opportunity to maybe try a bottle of wine that you wouldn't normally get, possibly by the price point. So any bottle of wine on our list that's $100 or less, we offer for half price on Sundays. And then for the last 2 Sundays, we just started offering a Sunday prefix dinner that I'm really excited about. It's a $39 3-course meal. Your first course is a choice of our house salad or our lobster bisque. Your second course is a choice of a stuffed lobster. It's stuffed with crab meat or a 8-ounce filet. And your third choice is a dessert choice, which is either a carrot cake or a vanilla butter cake. And all these dishes are fantastic and delicious. And $39, I promise you're getting it as steal.
Oh, yeah, you can't beat that. You definitely can't. You mentioned your wine list. You have an impressive wine list. With 50 pour by the glass choices?
Yes, we want to make sure that our guests have an opportunity to try any wine that we have there. So there are very few wines that we won't open and offer by the glass. We have wines for as little as $10 a glass to as much as $30 a glass, depending on what your desires and your choices are. So not everyone has to feel the pressure of getting a bottle of wine. We also have a captain's list that has some beautiful wines that, again, are a variety of different vintages, varietals, but, again, something for everyone who wants to indulge. I think we are very proud of how that wine list came out.
Wow. And you also offer an extensive Scotch menu as well.
Yes. And we do a beautiful Scotch service for our guests and really highlight those Scotches. We also have a number of great bourbons and whiskeys to offer. And I really think that there's very little that a guest would come in looking for that we don't have to offer. And again, the answer is yes. What's the question? We've been known to run to the liquor store in the middle of a guest dining with us because we didn't happen to have something they wanted. We never like to say no. So if it's within our power, within our reach in some way, shape, or form, we're going to find a way to take care of our guests.
Wow. So you mentioned earlier in the program about your impressive bartenders. What do you guys have going on for happy hour there?
I think it's the best happy hour in the city. In fact, I'm surprised that more restaurants aren't doing great happy hours. We offer happy hour from 4 o'clock until 6:30 Monday through Friday. We have discounted glasses of wine, discounted beer. And then we have a neat menu that goes along with our happy hour that has some unique items that aren't on the regular menu. Our chef put together some Kobe beef sliders, cheesesteak wontons. We offer our calamari and our deviled eggs. So nice little tasting items that are a great way to start your evening between the discounted drinks and this beautiful plate of food that comes out to you. And again, the fun bar, it's just a fun place to be during happy hour.
Yes, and it does look that way on social media and on Yelp. People are buzzing about the happy hour at Ocean Prime. Okay, and to wrap this up, we have to talk about dessert. Okay, so if I'm ordering dessert, what am I going to order?
Any would be great, but the peanut butter chocolate mousse torte is absolutely fantastic. We whip up a beautiful peanut butter mousse, put it on an Oreo crust to make the base of the pie, and finish with a very rich, indulgent chocolate ganache. And it's just outstanding. It's really one of the best things that I've tasted.
How do you stop yourself from eating that every night?
I run out the door before I have a chance to try it.
Okay, what's your favorite dish at the restaurant?
I would say probably our tuna. Our tuna is fantastic. And again, I love the fact that we are an indulgent seafood restaurant. It's done with a beautiful black truffle jus, a little bit of fingerling potatoes, some mushroom, some English pea, and it's just a fantastic dish, and I highly recommend it.
Okay. How were you guys on Restaurant Week? How'd that go?
We were busy. It was terrific. We were busy. We were thrilled to open the doors to many of our regular guests as well as some newcomers who come out to try Restaurant Week for the first time. And the timing was terrific because when we came off of Restaurant Week and we just had a chance to regroup a little bit, we got hit with Valentine's Day and we did record sales on Valentine's Day.
Wow.
So the city's been terrific to us. We were very, very thankful for how the city's received us, and we look forward to taking care of our guests in Philadelphia for many years to come.
Great. And can we look forward to seeing you on the upcoming Restaurant Week?
Oh, absolutely.
Restaurant list?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You'll see us on there for quite a while. And we like to be involved in many events throughout the city. And we are excited to, again, have been welcomed so nicely by Philadelphia.
Well, we are happy to have you. Again, the restaurant is located on 124 South 15th Street. That's 15th and Sansom. And you guys are open for dinner.
Right. 7 days a week.
Okay. The bar opens?
The bar opens at 4 o'clock. We start seating for dinner at 5 o'clock, except Saturdays and Sundays we start seating at 4 o'clock.
Okay.
And please come by.
Yeah, reservations are recommended. You can do that on Open Table, your website, or call the restaurant directly.
Exactly.
And they will take care of you.
Exactly.
Okay, well, thank you for coming. You made us all very hungry.
Well, thank you very much for having us, and we're excited to see you at the restaurant soon.
Okay, everyone, make sure you stop by. Again, that's 124 South 15th Street. The restaurant is Ocean Prime Steakhouse, but more importantly, a seafood restaurant.
Correct.
Okay, thank you again for being here. This is Audra Neff, and this has been Food Talk.